The dirty bitch is in the building. I'm Josephine, aka Herkingdom, and I am an independent artist. And in this world filled with toxicity, anger, and hatred, I'm here to put a little balance and a little love and a little intimacy into the mix of things. In any episode that I ever do, it is not ever my intention to offend anyone, to mislead anyone, or to lie. I am very straightforward and very blunt. I am from New York. I say it like it is. So do not take offense to anything I say. I am not here to bash man, woman, or anyone. I am just saying things that other people won't say as straightforward as I will. So again, any of my episodes is not ever to offend or insult anyone at all. Remember that as you're listening. I've learned that people have a problem with the truth. People don't like to hear the truth. And a lot of things I say might seem like it's an insult. It's not. I'm just making men aware and I'm making women aware, those who don't know, because it's something that needs to be spoken about. And a lot of people will not come out and say it. A lot of people don't communicate within their relationships and talk about things that need to be talked about and just settle for what they have, what the situation is. I don't believe people should ever settle. Should be gifted with joy and happiness in your life. And you are the controller of that. So if you're not happy, ask yourself the question why. About on the show various sexual topics. I talk about a lot of things, but everything always leads back to sex. And it's that I'm talking about certain features of sexual activities to bring up the arousal, whether it be in men or women. I talk about oral sex. I talk about heightening the woman's orgasm, the female body, the man's body, things. And, there's a chemistry and there's an intimacy that needs to be built in between two people. And when you just have basic, ordinary sex, there's no chance for any of that to build because the man usually wants to get to the goal. No, there's a mission and it's total and complete satisfaction, both parties, all parties involved. Anyway, people take it too lightly. It's a very serious thing. And the older you get, the more important it becomes because people think when you get older, you're supposed to have less sex like women. And welcome to my world of insight. And all I want to do is inform people and put, especially the fellas, onto things that they don't know about women. I want to give you the deets so you could bring the heat and fulfill your honey baby. Let's go. There are people who are uptight and don't like to talk about certain subjects, especially sex. I am not one of those people. And if you are, then you probably should leave now because you're not going to enjoy yourself. My radio show, Durty with Herkingdom, every Saturday night on NAS Radio. Download the app or go to their website. It's www.newartistspotlight.org/radio. Let's laugh together. Let's enjoy life. Let's learn. Let's experience things. Let's have fun. That's what I'm about. I'm about positivity and building. I explain to men how to heighten the arousal of their partner, therefore extending the pleasure of their sexual encounter. In a sense, helping their partner be more inclined to engage in sexual activity on a more regular, consistent basis. I'm not trying to cause waves or ripples in people's water, okay? I'm trying to resolve an issue. I'm not here to offend anyone. I'm definitely not here to bash men. I love men. It's not your fault if you don't know. If you have the type of female that when you touch her in a different way or you want to do different things, she's automatically accusing you of cheating. Well, that's an issue in itself, and you got to ask yourself why. And if you've been unfaithful, I don't know. I just feel like when people cheat, it's just a hard call to make, and that's a hard thing to erase, fix, and change. So, me personally, my request is to move on because you can't no matter what it is. See, let me break it down to you though, because cheating for women, when a man cheats on a woman, she automatically, well, she feels it. If you break, when a man cheats, it has nothing to do with love for her. It's physical. It's the flesh. It's weakness of the body that you disallow control in that moment. I feel like this. Women become bitchy, or as men describe them, and this is only because, I'm in the street talking to people, and a lot of men confirm that their women are raging bitches for no reason. But haha, you see, as a woman, I understand. And I see beyond what the male is capable of seeing. There is not ever a woman who is a raging bitch for no reason. I assure you, and I promise you, I give you my word, there's a reason why she's a raging bitch. And probably because she's frustrated in a lot of ways. There's probably some infidelity in the relationship, but more than likely, the issue at hand is she's not sexually satisfied. Now, that does not mean that her man is not capable of satisfying her. And, there's a chemistry and there's an intimacy that needs to be built in between two people. And when you just have basic, ordinary sex, there's no chance for any of that to build. Total and complete satisfaction, both parties, all parties involved. Anyway, people take it too lightly. It's a very serious thing, and the older you get, the more important it becomes, because people think when you get older, you're supposed to have less sex. Like women, they go through menopause, just hormonal changes in general, but then when they start to go through menopause, like your libido gets affected by everything that is affected within your hormonal system, right? And women don't take the time to figure it out. They might maybe go to a doctor, but here's the thing: do a little bit of research and you'll be good to go and you'll figure it out and all is well. But a lot of women don't. See, I need to know in every aspect what's going on inside my body and outside my body. Like, I want to know everything. Hormonal aspect of a woman's body is so majorly important to understand, so that you could be aware when things aren't right and you can press a reset button very simply. It's about supplementation, or this certain thing, like you can because once the estrogen is gone from your body, like it's not easy to resupply that, and if it's something that you could avoid just by getting the knowledge that you need to understand what's going on in your body. A lot of females don't realize that not having sex can affect you hormonally and be very damaging to you down the road. Because also when your estrogen starts to despair and goes away and it's not going to reproduce itself, a lot of women don't know that the walls of your vagina, the tissue, the lining, can get thinner, and that can cause discomfort when you're having sex. There's just a lot of things that get affected, your pelvic floor, like everything. And it's so simple. You can have a serious incontinence issue, and it's as simple as you're low on vitamin D or vitamin B, like, no pun intended. And it's very serious in any sense. But sex you have, I don't know what type of balance you have. But most of the time, what I've learned is that women who are just irritable bitches, they're just bitchy for no reason. Irritable bitches, they're just bitchy. They're just bitchy for no reason. It's either because there's some infidelity, therefore that affects the sex life in between these two people, which cause all types of issues. So there was something not right with the sex in the first place if he stepped out. Not that that makes it right at all, because it doesn't. Cheating is disgusting. And again, I'm not bashing anyone, because I've been on both sides of the table and I'm not ashamed to admit it. However, it doesn't make it right. Now, a lot of women don't speak their mind. A lot of women do not communicate. A lot of men do not communicate. A lot of men do not make it easy to communicate with them because they don't want to communicate. They don't want to talk any more than they need to talk. That's an issue in itself. Here's what's got to happen. Your woman needs to communicate to you what it is that she wants from you sexually, so that she can be fully and completely satisfied. I guarantee you, when you're not around, she's fulfilling herself. Yeah, women do that. They do that a lot. That's why when you come home after a hard day work and you eat dinner or whatever you do before you go to bed, and you want to do the deed with your lady and she doesn't want to, or she's got a headache, Never stopped me. In fact, sometimes it takes away the headache. Sometimes the headache is there if it really exists because, you gotta let loose. So sometimes life, it doesn't allow us to enjoy our moments together like we need to. Intimacy is a very important thing between couples, partners, whatever it is that your situation is. And people forget about the intimacy. Women, we thrive on our emotional side. You can find back in time beneath my body, mind's eye. I spy with my naked eye. Your body, my supply before my very eyes. I put it inside one more time. I love gated. Get so faded when I feel it inside. Addicted through my bloodline, you stay alive. Our vagina is connected to our emotions. So, however you make us feel emotionally is how we're going to demonstrate how we feel towards you. So, this is very important for men to understand that a woman needs her man's attention. She needs to know she's loved. It doesn't matter if you're together 20 years. It's nice to be reminded. It's nice to feel it on a regular basis. There's nothing wrong with that. Being the type of man to show your woman that you love her. And it doesn't mean you got to go out and spend money on us. Spend time with her. I mean, some women are about the material thing. That says a lot. But listen, be who you are. It's fine. I'm just saying. A lot of women are raging bitches because there's trouble in the bedroom. And part of that trouble is she's not communicating to you. You have to take the time to learn your woman's body. And this goes both ways, though, because some women could be very stink, not literally, but like their attitude could be very stink. When I bed down with somebody, I want to know what gets their clock moving. Nothing else, we can all be harmonized sexually, like, because it's horrible how many men don't know that a woman can come 5 to 7 times in one session, soaking the bed and or the floor. The dirty bitch isn't built. You should never have to ask your woman if she had an orgasm. You should never have to ask her if you satisfy her. You should know by how she reacts to when the two of you engage in this very intimate moment. But if it takes you 5 minutes or less, sir, I'm not an expert. I don't have a degree in human sexual activity. I should, but I don't. All that I know is that satisfaction is the key, right? That's what we're all going for, satisfaction, to be satisfied. Sir, I'm not an expert. I don't have a degree in human sexual activity. I should, but I don't. All that I know is that satisfaction is the key, right? That's what we're all going for, satisfaction, to be satisfied. Explore. Be in lust, not just love. Be in lust with your partner. It's a big deal. I think, everyone should be attracted to the person that they're having sex with. It's not just about the physical attraction. Explore. Be in lust, not just love. Be in lust with your partner. It's a big deal. I think, everyone should be attracted to the person that they're having sex with. It's not just about the physical attraction. Explore. Be in lust, not just love. Be in lust with your partner. It's a big deal. I think, everyone should be attracted to the person that they're having sex with. It's not just about the physical attraction. Explore. Be in lust, not just love. Be in lust with your partner. It's a big deal. I think, everyone should be attracted to the person that they're having. Your woman, is she a chronic complainer? Your partner, is she a chronic complainer? She's always got something to complain about. Bitch. At times she's a raging bitch for what you consider no reason. I promise you. It's not for no reason. You just don't understand. She probably doesn't even understand. She's frustrated and she's uptight. And you know what the reason is? She's sexually frustrated. She doesn't even know that's what it is. So how could you possibly know what it is? There are ways into a woman's body of figuring out how to heighten her orgasm to the point that you bring her to have at least 5 to 7 orgasms in a row. And you know how you do that? Very delicately, or not, depending on how she likes it. But how does she like it? Do you even know how she really likes it? Does she like it rough? Does she like it soft? Does she like it attentively? Do you even know? Have you ever asked her? Have you ever said, babe, do I satisfy you? I mean, men can't fake it like women can. I think it's sinful for a woman to fake an orgasm. For that, be by yourself. Sex is like a high because it literally heightens you in so many ways. And it's a learning process. You're with your partner, right? And it's touching her. However, I don't know how you warm your lady up, but you get a little moisture going. Put yourself inside and do what you do. Or maybe you make sure she has an orgasm first. Then you get to you. The velocity of what you do is nothing. Because when you get in your car, right, you start it and you just go. Nah, you warm that baby up. 5, 10 minutes. Some men, 15 minutes. Why? Why you warm your car up? Because it performs better that way, right? Let all the oils warm up, lubricate everything, right? So why you don't do your woman like that? Warm her up. A woman has so many amazingly wild erogenous zones, and they're so simple to find and so easy to activate. And if you activate your woman, it doesn't have to be every time you have sex, but at least a few times a month. Do you know the beast that you will bring out of her? Even the shyest of women have a beast, an animal inside of her waiting for her man to pull that bitch out so she can go nuts. You hit those right spots, and I'm not talking about with your eggplant. I'm not talking about with your eggplant. I'm talking about you. Very eyes, I. Discreet we meet, bring the heat, always bittersweet, never decline time. Now we redefine, no rewind, no back in time. At the time, replaying steps stuck on rewind. Talking about you with your hands, touching her the way she wants to be touched. And if you say, oh, well, I don't know how she wants to be touched, this is where you learn, baby. You can easily slide out of her 5 to 7 amazing, and I mean amazing, wet orgasms with absolutely no hassle. And you will be the biggest puppy chulo to her. She'll make her crazy, make her come looking for you for sex. Trust and believe. The power play of putting that cat in check. A man that knows what he's doing, oh my goodness, that's a gift that keeps on giving. And in essence, by you heightening her and her orgasms, guess what you do for yourself? Is she orally correct? Does she like to do the deed? Oh, trust and believe. That's going to come back around to you. Trust and believe. In essence, in a whole, it becomes better for both of you. So this is just like a little, warm up, let you know what's coming. So my next podcast episode, we're going to dive in deep how you heighten your woman and awaken her erogenous zones and bring that beast out in a way only you can. If you just take a little bit of time and you warm up your woman, your lady, your partner, like you warm up your car, because you care about the performance. Should never be just a 1, 2, 3 task and it's done. There's so much more to it. There's so much of a build-up. Get to know your partner, their erogenous zones. This goes for men and women. This goes for both people in the relationship. It's a partnership. You're supposed to both work at finding out what, makes each other purr or raw, whatever the case may be. Remember, every female has an animal inside her that she's waiting for her man to bring out. But you gotta know which buttons to press to get her motor going. Treat her better than you treat your car. See how it works out for you. Be attentive, be loving. It's not a bad habit to have. Relationships need balance. And sexual activity is part of that balance. And if the sex in your relationship is off, it's going to affect every aspect of your relationship, whether you realize it or not. So it's a very important factor, whether it's a new relationship or a pre-existing, long-term, whatever the case may be. There's always room for improvement in every aspect of life, but especially when you are sexually involved with the person. And you have the right to speak up when you're not getting your needs fulfilled on either end. Not everybody is as brass as I am. Not everybody is outspoken. Not everybody has no fear to speak what they want to speak. They don't talk about things that I talk about. Well, too bad, so sad. But I'm just here to express myself. Somebody needs to do it. That's it. Same thing with my music. Certain songs that I have, some people don't like it because the way I am in the words I use. Okay, don't listen to it. Somebody had to do it, and I'm not the first and I won't be the last.
But you distant, I'ma faint if you hit this. Play the next bitch, cause I'm not with this. Dismiss my words twisted. Same old love tryna switch it. Conflicted, twitching, dripping. Big box biscuit, you addicted. I'm the hit you've been missing. I'ma clip it, no more lick it. Let you miss it. How I move, you been shifted.
In relationships between the parties, if they don't have a balance, between the two parties involved, there's always going to be issues or problems, argumentative situations that can be avoided if people just communicated, if people just spoke how they really felt or spoke their true mind, their true feelings, their true desires, whatever they may be, hurtful or not. You have to communicate to get to the zone that you want to be in. You don't have that type of in-depth sexual relationship with your partner. It doesn't matter how you get along, how you do things, whatever. If you want that type of situation with your partner, you can get it. It's about building intimacy, you understand? And it's about learning about your partner's body and what makes her go. Or it's not like every woman is not the same. And the beautiful part about a woman's body is she's got a gazillion erogenous zones. Every woman is the same, but yet completely different. What may have worked for the last one won't work for this one, or vice versa. Like, you have to explore. You have to, women, we could be annoying. Our little stupid shit that we want you to pay attention to. But you do the same thing to us. That's why y'all annoy us too. But we're better at keeping it to ourselves. Why? Because as women, we naturally love first and nurture. And we don't want to upset anyone or hurt anyone's feelings. So now you might be at the point where you're with your partner and she's just like, what the fuck, leave me alone, or why are you touching me like that, or just can you hurry up, I have to do the dishes, or some stupid shit. Because women do that. You have to understand you got some damage that you have to repair, and a simple orgasm is not going to do the trick. Time and intimacy and compassion are the world to a woman. Like, there's some women that they're about materialistic things. At the end of the day, a lot of women, they want to be loved, and they want to be loved correctly. That doesn't mean saying 2,000 times you love her. That means showing her you love her by being attentive, by spending time with her, quality time. Once a week, you and her just go to the movies, or, at home, do something together besides sex, and just have those intimate times. Take a walk on the beach. Do you still even hold her hand? Do you open the door for her? It may be stupid to you, but it's a very beautiful thing to a woman. She's not going to call you out on it because it's really not that serious, but those little things add up into big things, and they make a world of difference. You understand? Do you ever wash your woman's hair? Do you ever brush it? Did you ever put lotion on her body for her in a non-sexual way, but just because you cared enough to do it? No, guarantee you none of those things. Women are like that. There have been times I was in a relationship. I don't even like the feel of lotion on my body, but I had one particular person that he would love to do that for me, and I would let him because he enjoyed it so much. Never once told him I couldn't stand the feeling of lotion on my body. Sometimes you have to take the L to make the other person happy, It's a little bit of joy, a little bit of happiness. Men and women think completely different, and a lot of relationships fall apart because of lack of communication. Some people think yelling and screaming is communication. It's not, and it's sad because there's a lot of things people need to speak on, a lot of things that could be resolved, and people don't, and that's a big problem in this whole entire world. Communication is very much lacking, and adults lie, and there are even some adults, this every day you have friends that you help out and you talk to, and like this whole podcast is something I do on my free time. It's something I decide to do, talking to everyone, whoever's listening. It's my choice. Again, I'm just here trying to help people and understand whatever I say is not to be offensive. I'm just speaking the truth from my point of view, my perspective. You don't have to agree or disagree with me. I'm not here for that. I don't need to be right. I don't need to be wrong. It's whatever. I'm just speaking of things that I know to be, they are what they are. You understand? Doesn't mean everybody has to have that same point of view, and it's fine if you don't. I'm just trying to enlighten people and heighten their situations within their relationships, because a lot of couples can't communicate, and a lot of people don't know where to start. And no, great sex isn't the answer to everything, but it damn sure helps with a lot of things, because you got a whole different woman when you give her 5 to 7 orgasms in a row. And that's why I say a lot of women are sexually frustrated, and they don't even know that that's what it is. They don't take the time to understand what's going on with their partner, and that's a bigger problem than anything. So it's up to you as an individual what you want to do and what type of sex life you want to have with your partner. I'm just giving you little, deets on how to make it better. And that doesn't mean tie her up or tie you up or any. Listen, everybody has their own thing. Regular sex is great. Just intensify it. Make it more valuable. Make it more worth both your whiles. Like, you can bring your woman's beast out, her sexual beast, and not have to be kinky or freaky. But sex is to be enjoyed. It's not a dirty thing. It's a beautiful thing between two people, or however many people you want to invite to your, fiesta. It's on you. But the last thing I want to do is offend anyone. And, people are very sensitive. Since you try things to see if you like things, and you keep it moving from there. Every woman has that sexual beast inside of her, but it's up to you to bring it out of her. And if you don't excite her by heightening her action, the emotional attraction, a lot of men, not all, are not so attentive with physical attraction. Explore. Be in lust, not just love. Be in lust with your partner. It's a big deal. I think, everyone should be attracted to the person that they're having sex with. It's not just about the physical attraction. Whatever type of situation you have, that you're in a relationship, long-term, short-term, just, doing the deed with people, you have to be open and honest, and you have to communicate things. That's how people move forward in life, by communicating.